This is dedicated to the niggas that was down from day one. Welcome to Death Row.
Like we always do about this time.
Hold on. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another reaction video. Today, I'm going to be reacting to outdoor YouTubers who didn't make it home. Oh my gosh, it's really scary. Now, before I get into the video, I will... Y'all look good, y'all look pretty. How to address something. Now, 2 videos ago, I think I reacted to YouTubers. Yeah, it was YouTubers gone murderers. And somebody had commented, oh, lovely video, but why do you overdo the sarcasm? If you don't want to watch the video, then don't watch it. Now, I will say this. It's not sarcasm the way I talk. It's just the way I talk. You would have to go back and watch all my other videos and just know, like, oh, he just talks like that. So I'm just letting it be known that it's not sarcasm. It's not me trying to be a smart ass or trying to be an asshole or anything like that. It's just the way I talk, and that's it. You know, I appreciate the constructive criticism. You know, if anybody has any constructive criticism when it comes to me and my channel, whether it's the videos I make or my commentary or anything like that, I'm all ears for it. But I just wanted to address that and address that person. You know, it's not me being sarcastic or anything like that of that nature. It's just the way I talk. You would just have to watch a lot of my videos to know that that's the way I talk. And, you know, sidebar, I mean, I do like reacting to these videos. I do want to react to them, you know. If I didn't want to, then I want to do it. You know, I'm not going to do something I don't want to do. But this is what I enjoy doing. So, it's not sarcasm. It's just the way I talk. That's it. That's what I just wanted to address. But, original video will be in the description by Chilling Scared. Let's get straight into it.
22-year-old Belgian YouTuber known for sharing his adventures across Northern Europe. He never spoke in any of his videos and instead used the ambient sounds of nature to make his viewers feel like they were right there with him. And while he started uploading videos in August of 2024, he'd actually been solo camping ever since he was just 19 years old. At one point, he even biked over 3,700 miles or over 6,000 kilometers across Sweden all on his own. So he had plenty of experience surviving
in the wilderness like that? Y'all remember one time I went on a hiking trip in the mountains. It was cold. Yo, I pulled my wiener out, bro. That shit felt good.
Nature turns unpredictable. Even the most prepared adventurers find themselves struggling to survive.
Oh shit, is that
Tragically,
Florida?
That's exactly what happened with Storm on the night of October 29th, 2024. He was recording another video, this time traveling through the Jokkmokk region located in the Swedish Lapland, known for its beautiful snowy vistas and frequent aurora sightings. Now, Storm usually parked his car in a nearby town and then ventured into the wilderness on foot with his camping
like
gear.
A map off Medal
These trips often lasted multiple days, sometimes even a whole week before he made it back. October 29th was the last day of one of these trips. He was making his way back and was only a day's walk away from his car, but it was quickly getting dark and continuing to walk would have been extremely dangerous. So, Storm made the decision to set up his tent and sleep for the night. A cold breeze was already sweeping through the region, prompting Storm to mount snow around his tent as a barrier before going to sleep. Unfortunately, nothing could have prepared him for the extreme weather he was about to encounter. Because just a few hours after setting his tent, the Jokkmokk region got hit by an intense blizzard with winds reaching up to 75 miles per hour or around 120 kilometers per hour. Snow quickly started piling up all around his tent as well. But worst of all, the temperature not only fell below freezing to 21 Fahrenheit or -6 Celsius, the strong wind made it feel as cold as 0 Fahrenheit or -18 Celsius.
Damn.
Maybe he realized the gravity of his situation at this point and wanted to contact his loved ones. Because at around midnight, his friend received a video of him showing his tent getting torn apart by the terrifyingly strong wind, with him stating, "Tonight it's going to get worse, Jesus Christ." He also called his grandmother right after and reassured her of his safety, stating, "It's snowing heavily here, but don't worry, I'll survive, you know." Then, at 2:36 a.m., the Swedish authorities received an SOS call from Storm. He reported multiple injuries, including a broken nose, and requested immediate help. Unfortunately, the strong wind made it impossible to reach him with the helicopter, and the snow obstructed any rescue efforts on the ground. The blizzard eventually subsided at around 10 a.m., and the rescuers rushed to Storm's last known location, Sadly, by the time they found him, it was already too late. The lower half of his body had turned purple due to the extreme cold,
damn.
and even the blood on his face from the broken nose was frozen solid.
Damn.
Oddly enough, he was found roughly 1.6 miles or 2.6 kilometers away from his collapsed tent. It's unclear if he was forced to ditch the tent after it collapsed or if he set out before that happened. In either case, he was walking towards his car when he likely fell, broke his nose, and then contacted the authorities. The only silver lining in Storm's tragic end is that at least he died doing what he loved, as he told his father when he first started going on these solo camping trips. Dad, it took me a long time to know what I wanted, but that's what I
I
want.
don't think I would want to go out like that.
With hotels and
That's
vacation
crazy, bro.
rentals,
Shut off my
Booking.com has
screen,
something for
goddammit. I
everyone.
don't care.
A long time to know what I wanted, but that's what I want.
Damn, rest in peace to the dead homie.
Hannah Rose Moody was a 31-year-old
she's
YouTuber and
pretty.
influencer from Scottsdale, Arizona. And while most of her content on YouTube revolved around her faith as a Christian, her Instagram account posted mostly different content. There, she made regular posts about her hiking adventures across the rocky desert terrain of Arizona.
Hold on,
Hitting
she's
the
a
trail
baddie.
several
Hold on.
times a week had become a natural part of her routine ever since she moved to Arizona 6 months earlier. And May 21st was supposed to be no different. She got up early and quickly drove to the Gateway Trailhead located in the McDowell Sonoran Preserve. She parked her car and began the roughly 0.5 mile or 7 kilometer hike across the Loop Trail.
Damn, bro, that's
It was a
long-ass
moderately
walk.
challenging trail with a rocky path and noticeable elevation changes, but nothing Hannah hadn't tackled before. She felt fairly confident she could finish the hike in under 3 hours and even made plans to hang out with friends at lunch. Unfortunately, what started as just another ordinary hike ended with a devastating tragedy. Her friends were the first to sense something was wrong when Hannah didn't show up for lunch on time. She didn't send any messages about running late and wasn't picking up her phone either. It wasn't like her to ghost people out of nowhere. So, after waiting at the restaurant for many hours, her friends decided to check on Hannah at her
Hey, this
home at
picture
around
reminds me.
7:50.
Hey, y'all ever seen the movie 127 Hours with James Franco? He plays that one hiker in real life that fell in the cliff and had to cut his arm off or bite it, some shit like that. That's what my picture reminds me of. Sidebar.
p.m., hoping she was simply resting after a tough hike. But when they arrived at her house, her car was missing from the driveway, the lights were off, and the door was locked. Seeing this, they immediately contacted the authorities. They found her car still parked at the trailhead, and it wasn't long before the search party was looking for Hannah across the Gateway Loop Trail with helicopters, drones, and canines. The search was eventually called off at 11:30 p.m. due to the darkness, and resumed the next morning with even more people partaking in the search. This went on till about 12:05 p.m. when a helicopter pilot made the heartbreaking discovery Hannah's friends and family were dreading all night. Just 600 yards off the trail, rescuers discovered the remains of Hannah Moody lying face down on the desert ground. Hannah was dead, and likely had been for several hours. However, there was nothing that could explain her end right away. There were no signs of foul play, no intoxicating substances were
passed out
found in
from
her
a heat
system,
stroke?
and she didn't even have any serious head injuries from a fall or stumble. With that, the only explanation investigators were able to come up with was that Hannah lost her life due to extreme heat.
I was
You
about to
see,
say,
the
heat
temperature
stroke?
in the Gateway Trail region soared to over 102 Fahrenheit, or about 39
Oh, man, that's
Celsius the
sad.
day
She's a
prior
baddie,
when Hannah was
too.
hiking.
I mean, it'll still
She
be
likely
sad if she
suffered
wasn't,
from a
but,
heat stroke
you know.
and wandered off the designated path in confusion before collapsing and eventually passing away, leaving her YouTube and Instagram videos as an unintentional
That's
final
sad.
goodbye to her loved ones.
I feel like I was gonna have a heat stroke today too. So when it comes to
Finn Creedy
hold
was
on,
a
hold on,
33-year-old
motherfucker. When it comes to, he looks like that one nigga in that one photo, and they found his body in like a van. Y'all know who I'm talking about? The one hiker, and like there's a picture of him waving next to a van, and like they found his body in a van because he got starved to death, and like he spent like a week in a van decomposed. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But anyways, so when it comes to like these hikes and camping and stuff, like I do they not have like air tags on like the person so they can find the person, or like even like with her phone, like she didn't. I mean, I'm not trying to say blame it on her, But it's like I feel like if you go camping or hiking, then you need to have like an air tag on you at least, or share your location with multiple people so they know like where you're at. If that makes sense, you know.
Survival expert from the Pitt County area in Scotland. Utilizing the skills he had, Finn operated a survival school in the area called Wildcat Bushcraft to teach general wilderness survival skills as well as bushcraft, which, for those who don't know, includes things like foraging, hunting, and building shelter out of natural materials.
Trust me.
The business was also accompanied by a YouTube channel of the same name, where Finn shared his knowledge and experience with the world for free. His content was both informative and entertaining, allowing him to slowly build a small but loyal
dude I was
audience.
telling y'all about?
What these viewers didn't realize, however, was that one day, this very channel would also play a role in Finn's tragic end. Things went south on the 25th of March 2022 when Finn was dropped off at the B873 road near Loch Naver in Sutherland. His goal was to head south and hike the 45-mile distance to a small village of Golspie and make
his name is this dude, Chris McCandless? This dude, y'all ever seen this photo? Y'all ever seen this? Yeah, I don't know if y'all can see it. But yeah, that's the dude I was telling y'all about. That something. That one photo that this dude talking about reminded me of.
About the bushcrafting skills he had used along the way. Now, his family knew the journey would take more than a day, so they weren't too concerned when he didn't reach his destination right away.
Are those people, I know I keep pausing, but those people that was like building that shit in the jungle from their bare hands, are they still around? Y'all know them videos like you fall asleep and like you wake up in the middle of the night and like the video of somebody building some shit on YouTube. Are they still around or no? I heard that they were fake. Is that true?
3 days passed and there was no sign of Finn anywhere. Even more concerning was the fact that he didn't make any contact throughout this time, with every call from his family going straight to voicemail. So on day 3, Finn's father called the police and filed a missing person report, all while holding on to the hope that his son was simply lost, had broken his phone, or was just taking his time on the hike. Sadly, that couldn't have been further from the truth. In reality, Finn had somehow vanished from the area without a trace. And despite the police spending months searching the area surrounding Loch Naver, they couldn't find a single clue about his current whereabouts. Finn was even featured on a British unsolved mystery-style show about missing people called Vanished, but that also led nowhere. However, even after a year of fruitless searching, his father Mark didn't give up and kept looking for his son on his own. And after 19 months of following the same routine, he finally found the first real clue, Finn's backpack, partially hidden in the bushes along the bank of Loch Naver. While Mark never disclosed exactly what was inside, it gave him and the rest of Finn's family reason to believe that Finn had tried to take a shortcut across the loch and ended up drowning by accident. So, after searching for his body for a few more months, they made the tough decision to stop searching and accept the fact that Finn was truly gone. That said, many on the internet find it hard to believe that Finn actually tried to swim across the Naver and lost control in the process. Many asked why a professional survivalist would make such a rookie mistake, especially when he still had a multiple miles-long journey ahead of him, even if he had somehow made it across the Loch Naver. This doubt has given rise to many alternative theories that attempt to explain his mysterious disappearance.
I don't know shit about camping.
These range from fairly out there speculations like Finn doing this to fake his own death and build a new life, to some truly chilling hypotheticals like Finn going into the loch on purpose to end it all. Unfortunately, there just isn't enough evidence to confirm or deny any of these theories. What exactly happened to Finn remains a mystery to this day.
The sad part about it is too that they is never gonna find him. They is never gonna find him.
Harbor Freight tools keep
Bro,
getting better
I'm
with
about
time.
to break my TV.
Better performance, better durability.
Shut up. Sorry,
Andrew
I got the
Cross
chills.
was a 36-year-old outdoor YouTuber from Grand Junction,
Hold
Colorado.
on, he throwing up gang
His
signs.
channel,
What is that?
Desert
Hold on.
Drifter, featured content that could only be described as archaeology
Damn,
mixed
half a
with
mil?
exploration. He visited and made videos about any place he found interesting, from thousands-years-old stone walls to abandoned German spy caves from World War II. Beyond just being educational, his videos also boasted top-tier
Where's all the
production
ice
quality,
at?
helping Andrew amass
Global
a
warming's a
massive
bitch.
audience
Message.
in just 14 months on YouTube. Most importantly, his viewers loved his content and eagerly waited for the next upload.
Oh, that shit look fun.
But then Andrew suddenly stopped posting after his upload in January 2025. Some assumed he was simply taking a break, while others figured the delay was due to his next video taking longer to produce. It wasn't until the 2nd of February that viewers received the truth from Andrew's wife, Evelyn. And it was far worse than any of his fans could have imagined.
What happened?
Andrew had gotten into a horrible car accident.
Oh, shit.
He was waiting at a stoplight on the intersection between 1st Street and North Avenue in Grand Junction while on his way back from shooting a video about the Bears Ears National Monument in Utah on January 31st, 2025. When, out of nowhere, an out-of-control car rear-ended Andrew at an extremely high speed, resulting in his car flipping over and causing severe brain damage.
Damn.
He was rushed to a nearby hospital almost immediately. Unfortunately, it was already too late.
What a fucking
He spent over a month
bitch ass
in
nigga.
ICU
Not
and
him.
was
The
put
nigga
on
that
life
crashed into
support.
him.
During this time, it became abundantly clear that Andrew sadly had no chance of recovering from his injuries. So, on March 4th at around 10:50 a.m., his family made the difficult decision to let him rest and remove the life support system keeping him on the edge of life. This was devastating news for his hundreds of thousands of fans who were blissfully looking forward to his next upload not too long ago. These fans also banded together and raised over $544,000 for Andrew's family in their time of need. As for the person responsible for the crash, named Ragnar Nicholas Crystal, he was arrested 20 days later on February 21st and was later charged with vehicular homicide
pack that
and
nigga
driving
up,
under
man.
influence. He's still awaiting conviction at the time of writing.
Lame ass nigga, bro. That is some niggas always messing. I'm sorry, that shit just pisses me off, bro. What a lame ass nigga, bro. Damn, anything can happen in the snap of a finger. But, alright, y'all. I'm gonna end it here. Once again, this was Outdoor YouTubers Who Didn't Return Home, created by Chilling Scared. Original video in the description. Comment down below your guys' thoughts on these stories. Rest in peace to everybody that passed away. And yeah, if y'all have any recommendations on what I should react to, comment them down below too as well. I'll see y'all in the next one. Grandson, out.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
Since you ain't, I even, and all of, and the justice, and even, and all of, and the, since you ain't, I even.